Hello and welcome to episode 352 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice. It's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. In today's episode, I've got a question to ask you. And I've done this far too long. And I'm really aware of when I do it, and it still happens to me now. And the question is this: are you sitting in possibility? Are you sitting in possibility? What I mean by that is, are you fooling yourself? Are you kidding yourself that the things that are in your pipeline now might come to pass and might happen? Actually, it's a very low chance of them doing it. But you don't really want to embrace the brutal reality that things are difficult. You need to get out there and rattle those pots and pans. It's a lot easier for people to sit in possibility and think, well, I spoke to James and, maybe if I follow him up a bit more, then maybe one day. And we can fool ourselves. We can absolutely fool ourselves that things are better than they are because it feels nicer, because particularly if you run your own business, the brutal, harsh reality that if you don't sell, you get paid zero and you don't eat is pretty scary. So we're more inclined to look at things in our pipeline, give them the benefit of the doubt, feel more positive about it. Well, I'm talking to 30 people at the moment, knowing full well that most of them probably aren't going to buy. So just a word of warning, really, that are you sitting in possibility? Really think about that today and be honest with yourself. Are you sitting in possibility? If you are, no shame in that, but we've got to get you out of that. The answer to most sales problems is literally speaking to more people, having more conversations, getting out there and connecting, because the more conversations you have, the more conversions you will have, and selling is just a conversation with money at the end. So if you're sitting in possibility, if you realize that, actually I'm kidding myself a little bit, get out there, start calling, emailing people, outreaching them, doing what you can, and there's 37 different ways you can find clients. So there's no end of possibilities and options, but make sure you get out there and take action, because eventually time and reality will catch up with you and you'll run out of cash flow, or you'll run out of money, you'll have problems, and it's very hard to generate business instantaneously same day. And this is the trap that lots of people fall into. And I think partly it's because of this, because they're seeing impossibility. It's very hard to generate business in a quick fashion. You always need to be kind of generating things in the background. So make sure you're not sitting in possibility. Get out there, talk to people, start prospecting, start connecting. Okay, that's it for this slightly telling off edition of the Daily Sales Message Podcast. Tomorrow in episode 353, I'm going to talk about something that is seen as a bit of a panacea. If you don't know what a panacea is kind of like a cure-all. It's something that will cure all sorts of different situations. This thing is seen as a panacea, a cure-all, but it's absolutely not. We'll talk about that in tomorrow's episode. In the meantime, thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another exciting edition of the Daily Sales Message.